Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Josh and Artemis Show.
Evening, guys. Thank you for coming back. Bit of a later show today. I actually work later on Wednesdays than my normal job. So on Wednesdays, we're going to be slightly later at around 8:30 Eastern. So thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
For the show today, Tucker Carlson was speaking at, I think it was Oklahoma University.
Yeah.
And he's actually called out the MAGA fan base, I guess you could call them. He's brought up some really interesting points, some really interesting quotes coming in from Tucker Carlson, particularly around freedom of speech. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. And also he does talk about Bitcoin as well.
Yeah,
how he believes Bitcoin was actually created by the CIA. So some very interesting clips from Tucker Carlson, which we'll get into tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show. So make sure you smash that like button, give us a follow. If you like the show, share it out. And just keep coming back.
Absolutely, guys.
But yeah, we'll share our screen now.
For sure. Yeah, we'll get into this for you. So this is coming in from, I think is it MJ Truther?
Truth Ultra. Yeah.
MJ Truth Ultra, who's always posting good clips, good content,
such good clips.
Clipping stuff up. I don't know what he does for a living, but he seems like he's got a lot of spare time in his hands to clip all this stuff up. But appreciate your work, mate. Thanks for doing it and sharing the content. So we're going to bring this up. We'll link all of this in at the end of the show as well, so you can check all this out yourself. The first clip we're going to play is around 13 minutes long, so we won't play you all of this clip, of course, but we'll play some of it and we'll link it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So we'll make this bigger and we'll just play the clip. In fact, no, I'll read some of this out first, just to give you some context. So this is a very important exchange, and I hope the Trump administration pays attention to this. So this is what the student said. I don't see a lot of change between the Biden administration and the Trump administration regarding foreign policy. We're still giving a shit ton of money. We're still giving a shit ton of money to Israel and Ukraine. Does our government even want war to stop? Does it want war to end? And Tucker Carlson doesn't mince words. He gives Trump some leeway because the world is very complicated, but there are core MAGA premises that it feels like he is not prioritizing. So these are the 5 things. So America first, no pointless wars, bring back meaningful jobs, immigration, and free speech. So 5 very important points there. So we'll bring you this from Tucker and we'll give you our reaction.
So I kind of just don't see a lot of change between, the Biden administration and now the Trump one in foreign policy. We're still giving a shit ton of money to Israel and Ukraine. Nothing is happening. The war's not stopped. He promised it'd be done in a day, and it's, I don't know, how many months? 8 months or something like that. It's a long time. Your dad was in the CIA, and I was wondering, does our government even want war to stop? Do they want conflicts to end? It seems like we have a difference of interest where we're getting told one thing and the other is happening, and I feel like there's not enough communication between different sects of government, and I really think the deep state's controlling everything and we have no control.
Well, let me start at obviously you probably sense that I agree with a lot of that. Obviously leave my father out of it. I'm gonna have to kick your ass, which I could do, by the way, if you bring him up again, because he was a wonderful man, whatever he did for a living. So I really do hate that. But leaving that aside, and don't test me, son.
I love him.
I hate to say I agree with a lot of what, I think you probably know I agree with a lot of what you've said, and it's enormously frustrating. It's shocking, actually. And I do know, I'm not shilling, I just happen to know some of the people who work in the administration who are people who agree with you strongly. I think most Trump voters agree with you. That's why they voted for Donald Trump in the first place. And, no pointless wars was not just a thing he said at one campaign stop. It was a pillar of his campaigns and of MAGA itself. I mean, what is MAGA? There's a mad scramble, particularly since Charlie's passing, to define what this is and to read some people out of the movement. You're not MAGA. Well, what is MAGA? Well, MAGA is 5 things, okay? MAGA is America first, which means Americans should put no country before America. American interests come first. That's not a crazy idea. No pointless wars, period. And by pointless, I mean wars fought on behalf of an ideology or another nation are totally unacceptable. They weaken this country. Wars fought because somebody running a country is bad. Okay, is bad. You're telling me a world leader's bad? All right. Yeah, no. It's impoverished, it's dramatically weakened this country, its social fabric, its treasury, it's killed so many Americans, and it's really weakened America's position globally. So no pointless wars. Bring back American jobs, right? Of meaningful jobs. The call centers who moved to South Asia, AI's crushing the lawyers. What do Americans do for a living? Like, think deeply about that and work to make work a reality for people. I mean, you all are, I assume, still in college. Wait till you graduate. I have a child who just graduated college. Once a week, I'm like, how many of your friends, and these are all like smart, pretty affluent, kind of connected, cute girls. How many of your friends have jobs in New York City? 4 out of 10. That's a disaster, actually. And someone needs to be thinking about that deeply, and the promise of MAGA was that somebody would. And then, of course, immigration. Like, you have to control who comes in and out of your country, or else you're not a country. And I know that it's considered highly controversial to say that the population of America is being replaced by people from other countries, but it's not controversial. It's a mathematical fact, and the numbers are taken by the US Census, and that's just true. Now, some people are for it. I'm against it. I'm from here. I'm against that. I'm against replacing the current population. And it's happening in this country. It's completely happening in Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, and the UK. It's happening to the English-speaking world. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm totally opposed, and so is everyone who voted for Donald Trump. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's a mathematical reality. And stop it now. And the 5th pillar of MAGA, just to be totally clear, is free speech, because it's our birthright as Americans. And so when we talk about cancel culture or the woke or against what does that even mean? It means people who are attempting to abridge my ability to speak freely about what I actually believe. That's what that is. It's an attack on free speech. And by the way, the second Trump gets elected, all these people show up who I've never heard of, who are MAGA people. I can't hear you. Can you scream louder? I love the solidarity fist. And
they're saying Tep is Taos.
I couldn't hear what she said, but this is why I'm such an unpleasant person that brings it out of me, and I'm going to really try to be a nice person to screechy. Oh, I could hear that. Anyway. There's all of a sudden this attempt to limit what people can say in public, and it's by people who claim to be MAGA. It's like insane. And I'm really shocked by it. So again, those are the 5 pillars of MAGA. To be clear, I didn't make them up. Donald Trump articulated them consistently for 10 years, a full decade. He's dominated American politics for 10 years on the basis of those 5 ideas. And a central one of those 5, the 5 pillars of Donald Trump, is no pointless wars. He ran on it. He talked about it.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts? I mean, we played 6.
Yeah, I mean, that went quick, honestly. I love listening to Tucker Carlson.
But yeah, what's your thought? I mean, if you go back off the clip and go back onto the post, and let's look at the 5 pillars of this movement again, the MAGA movement. So America first, no pointless wars, bring back meaningful jobs, immigration, and freedom of speech. How do you think Donald Trump has addressed those, I guess, and how do you think that's playing out in the MAGA space right now?
Good question. America first. Well, as we've been seeing, a lot of people don't think that America is being put first. A lot of people would say it's Israel first. And, I don't think that I don't understand some of the decisions that Trump has been making. I don't understand why, why he's not putting Americans in front of and the best interests of Americans versus what he's negotiating with Netanyahu. So I would question the America First with Trump. No pointless wars. Yeah, some would question that as well, to be honest. Some would also argue, though, that when he bombed Iran, that was justified and that was to calm things down. Perhaps that worked. Perhaps that could backfire in the future. Definitely hasn't stopped any wars yet. I mean, I've seen online that Gaza is still on and off being bombed, so I don't really know what to think about that either. Supposedly it was supposed to completely, ceasefire, but then Israel did stuff, Hamas did stuff, so I don't know what's going on there. Bring back meaningful jobs. Although Trump says that, more and more jobs are being created, what I'm seeing from people talking about this is that they can't find a good job anywhere, that, unemployment rates are still high, and whatever jobs are available are nowhere near something that you could, support a family with. So I would still question that as well. Immigration, I think he's done a good job with the border. So I think that has gone down by a lot. I don't follow what's been going on with ICE closely. So I think there might be some good by it, and there might also be some bad by it, because I think some of the cases I've seen were like people who've been in the country for like 10 or 20 years, completely established, paying taxes, working a job, have a family, and are being taken by ICE. So I don't know where the line is for that, because obviously those people, if they had a pathway to become a citizen, I think it should be case by case situation. Because I think those aren't a menace to society. Those people want to be part of society. They're already contributing to society and have an established life in America, and perhaps should be given the opportunity to become a citizen. Free speech. This one's also a tough one, to be honest, because yes, there is freedom of speech in America. However, increasingly, and especially since Charlie Kirk's death, I have seen even people on the right doxing people or calling people out, saying that they should lose their jobs. Where do they work? Let's find out. And things like that from people on the left. And then we talked about this on the show a week or probably 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm losing track of time, but where Pam Bondi was saying how they should have laws around hate speech. What is hate speech? It's a very broad term. And what does that mean? So free speech right now, yes, but I think that I wouldn't be surprised, the government is looking at ways around that and looking at ways where they can censor speech or certain speech. So again, none of these points, immigration even, I don't think I could say any of these points yeah, this is bang on, at least, because every single one sort of has something where I'm there's a little more to it than that. So yeah, I don't know really what you can say about it. I don't know. Do you agree? Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll go through them. So America First, I don't think Donald Trump's America First, for a start. You touched on it there. The student, really smart kid from what I saw of the question there, and he's completely right. The United States is in all of these wars still. They're still sending billions of dollars to countries, to support these wars or to further their own agenda within the wars. They're kind of proxy wars in some ways. You could argue that America is actually fighting these wars through different kind of nations. That's what a proxy war is. So it's not like, I mean, war has changed as we know. It's not, it's not like World War II anymore. Wars changed, the battlefield's changed. It's all an online kind of fight now.
Yeah.
So, the United States is in wars. They are sending money, to all of these countries, which could be better spent on their own people. I mean, that seems pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think Donald Trump is America first.
Yeah.
I really don't. No pointless wars. I've kind of touched on that. Bring back meaningful jobs. I mean, Donald Trump keeps saying that, he's doing that, but like you've said, I mean, loads of people are unemployed in America. Prices aren't coming down for people, so people can't afford anything. So even if they are even if they do have these jobs, is it enough to support a family? I don't think it is.
No. So
again, that's a bit of a myth too. The immigration thing, I think he's done a good job. He has sorted out the border.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I'm not in the States, but from what I've seen, and even people on the left have commented how Donald Trump has done a great job with the border. So I'll give him that for sure. Freedom of speech, I don't think, in terms of the United States, you've got the First Amendment, of course. But as you correctly said, there's a lot of things now which are getting questioned more. Pam Bondi coming in talking about hate speech. You touched on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I mean, we've all seen the backlash. If there's someone just asking a question or questioning the official story of the FBI, for example, or questioning, TPUSA, or questioning something which is connected to Trump, and TPUSA is connected to Trump in some ways. So you can already see that, people like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, who are questioning, mainly questioning the United States and their involvement with Israel, just asking simple questions and questioning why are we doing this when we should be focusing on our own people. They're effectively cancelled. They're called all sorts of names, and they're trying to cancel people. And I've seen loads of comments about Tucker Carlson's appearance at Oklahoma University.
Yeah.
Loads of people on the TPUSA post where this clip was posted originally, I think it was. All of the comments, or like a lot of the comments, were basically saying that they're not going to support TPUSA now because they allowed Tucker Carlson to speak at one of their events.
Yeah,
I mean,
nuts.
It's fucking insane, and they're behaving like these woke fucking far left people.
It's true.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Like boycotting something
just
because of another platform.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, I don't even understand the hate with Tucker Carlson. I think he's really good, and I don't think he's even that far right either.
He's in the middle.
I think he's
in the middle.
I think he's more in the middle, and especially when you listen to him in like these long form conversations, like he's such a reasonable guy.
But shouldn't we all be in the middle? This is the point. This is the point. I mean, we've got to get past this left-right bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the problem of our society now, not just in America, but in this country, in the UK, in Australia. Everything is designed to divide everyone. Everything's designed. You're either on that side or you're on this side. And if you don't say everything which I agree with on this side, then you're not part of this team anymore. And that's what it feels like what's happening with Tucker Carlson and some other people on, the traditional rights. I guess you could call
Candace Owens,
Candace Owens. There's other ones as well. But to me, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, they're not really on the right. They're more
center right.
They're more on the center now.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a good thing. I don't know why people are so against that. We all should be in the center, trying to figure things out and not being blinded by, it's called a cult of personality. That's what they call it, when people are blinded by an individual in power. And that's what it feels like a lot of this stuff is with Trump. You know, they're so blinded by Donald Trump, and he can't do anything wrong. Even when he does, you know, nobody calls it out. And if you do call it out, you're not part of the movement.
Or you're like a traitor.
Which is pretty much like a cult, right? It's like a cult. If you step out of line, if you don't say the right things, if you don't support the right people, then you're not part of the movement. That's pretty much what a cult is.
Well, and it's true. Like when somebody says that, you know, they agree with some things on the left and some on the right, so what does that make them a bit like in the middle? You know, I think you're like abandoned by both sides. People are like, oh, well, like you're not a real lefty, or you're not really on the right. Like you're not really a supporter.
Good.
You know, you're just woke then. And it's like, well, no, woke is a whole other category, I think. But it's just like, no, it's just that you can agree with certain things. And again, it's about finding kind of like that common ground and maybe not taking things too extreme on either side. But that is like a lost art these days. Like you can't be that apparently, because otherwise you're like fake or not authentic. But it's like, why do you have to only be on one side or another? And that's like the sword you die on. Like, to me, you know, like even when you look at these two parties 10 or even 20 years ago, they don't stand for the same things that they do today. So why can't people also evolve and also look at things differently as things change? You know, so I think that it does get taken to such extremes, especially in these days, and especially with social media. And, you know, going back to how you said, like, you know, weapons are changing, that again, like that clip of Netanyahu popped in my brain, like that we played on the show the other week, where he even said, yeah, weapons are changing. We need to use influencers. We need to use social media like X and TikTok, you know, to weaponize influencers, basically, and speech. So
speech as well.
So he was very pleased that TikTok was going to be like what Trump was doing with TikTok, because, you know, he could see his own advantages to it. And he's already like, they're already paying influencers $7,000 to like $14,000 per post. And some are getting kind of obvious that they're being paid. Like they're barely trying to hide it. But it's like, that's also limiting free speech, really, because it's a whole other psyop on social media. And I mean, social media has its good points and also has its toxicity. But, you know, for somebody from another country to say, yeah, we're paying influencers in this country to promote pro-Israel ideologies and content and you know, target people and to promote pro-Israel websites and go to events and be pro-Israel. It's like, but that's in America. I mean, do people not see it?
As well, it's Israel, it's Ukraine.
Yeah, of course, and especially when the war in Ukraine versus Russia first started, like it was very much divided as well. But now, years later, and all these countries, it's not just America, like it's pretty much, it's so many countries that have given us like billions of dollars to these other countries, while our countries are slowly going to shit. And people are sick of it. Like, imagine all that money. They could have given like $1 million to each person in the whole country, and you'd still have money left over from everything that they've been giving to, especially to Ukraine and Russia. Like,
there's
it's
loads.
insane.
There's loads they could have done. Like, I've seen people. Do you remember that bridge, guys? What China built last week, the week before, like the world
that was finished. Yeah, the world's tallest.
And it's got like a theme park. It's got a restaurant built into the bridge, and everyone's commenting, "Why?"
Got a theme park?
Yeah, I think it's got a theme park. Wow. It's got a restaurant.
Yeah,
and loads of people were commenting. I think Matt Walsh even put out a post saying, "Why can't America do this? Why can't America do these things anymore?" I'll fucking tell you why, Matt. Because your fucking leader, Donald Trump, is giving all your cash away to other countries.
I know.
If he
billions of dollars.
If he wasn't doing that, he could literally spend it all on the country. He could put in the best schools, the best roads, the best buildings, the best infrastructure. He could bring in loads more meaningful jobs like he wants to do.
Yeah.
He could literally make America great again, like he claims claims he's doing, but he's not making America great again. Yeah. And it's unfortunate because we bought into all of this stuff a couple of years ago with Donald Trump, when Biden was in power. If you go back for our shows from a couple of years ago, we were all in on Trump as well. Look, I can't wait for Trump to come in because if Trump comes in, then we were fully on board with this because he ran on the story that he was going to end all these wars, he was going to end all the woke crap, and he's going to be America first. And
he was going to release the Epstein files.
And he was going to release all the Epstein files, all that stuff as well. But none of that's happened. None of that's happened. So again, like, where are these Trump supporters? Why aren't they questioning this? Why aren't they questioning that they've been lied to? Because they have. It's as simple as that. Like, Trump has lied to America. He's lied to his fan base, and it's as simple as that. And it's disappointing because I'm not from the States, but I love I love America. Like, it's a great country. Like, you can just tell that America has so much potential.
And so much to offer. But it's not what it should be. And I genuinely thought that Donald Trump would be doing what he said he would, but he hasn't. And it's as simple as that. And it's just really it's disappointing, to look on the outside. But I can imagine if I was an American and I was there, I'd be really pissed off about it. For sure.
So yeah, it's disappointing for sure. But just going back to the war thing as well. I can remember years ago, maybe like 10 fucking years ago now, Julian Assange came out and said, when he was doing all the WikiLeaks stuff, and he said the goal is to have endless wars, not to end them.
Yeah.
And that, and it was just going back to what that student was saying there, that it feels like all of these wars are just endless wars. And it's like, yeah, that's the fucking point, mate. Like,
that is the point.
All of these wars are supposed to be endless. And that's what we're seeing. I mean, how long did the fucking Afghanistan war go on for? 20 years.
I know.
Longer than the Second World War.
I know.
Like, why? And it's all about money. Always about money. And if there's endless wars, it means there's endless cash flow for all of these people. The military industrial complex.
Yeah.
It's just a machine. It's just a money fucking machine. And as long as those wheels are spinning, it won't dry up. And that's just the way it is. But yeah, we'll move on, because he did come out with some other stuff as well. Talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, this was interesting.
It's a shorter clip, this one, but we'll play this.
And nobody can explain to me who Satoshi was, the creator of Bitcoin, this mysterious guy who apparently died, but nobody knows who he was. I grew up in D.C. primarily in a government family, so CIA. That's my guess. Can't prove it, but like, you're telling me to invest in something whose founder is like mysterious and has billions of dollars of unused Bitcoin. Like, what is that? And no one can answer the question, including some of the biggest holders of Bitcoin in the world, who I know personally. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. What matters to me, right?
Yeah.
And nobody can explain to me who's...
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't provide any evidence for that, of course, but it's an interesting statement, because when you actually think about it, it would be the perfect tool for the CIA to use, because, we've talked about this briefly on the show, but with the digital ID, they're trying to get people onto the system, and eventually they're going to move into like a digital money system as well. So what better way to get all of the outsiders who are kind of against that system, like the digital ID system, digital money, what better way to get these people onto the system than to create a currency which is anti-establishment, which is what Bitcoin is billed as. It's billed as the anti-establishment money.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I haven't really thought about it in that way before, but when he brought that up, I was thinking, interesting statement, Tucker.
I know.
There's no evidence, of course, but
no evidence, but it's interesting.
It's interesting. I mean, what's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, there's no evidence, and this is a very short clip, so I wish like it was a little longer to see kind of what he said after or before. So we might try to find a longer clip, to be fair, just to see like the greater context of what he was talking about. But it is interesting, and I mean, Tucker does do his research, and so I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know, like, you know, for anybody watching, if you invest in Bitcoin or have ever looked into Bitcoin, like, what are your thoughts about it?
I've never trusted it.
I've never been keen to like invest in it, to be honest.
I've never trusted it.
I think your money could be spent elsewhere or invested elsewhere in a better way. But it is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. And if it is tied with the CIA, I wouldn't be surprised, because one day we probably will be in a cashless society. Digital ID will be coming everywhere if they can push it. And even in America, they'll try to sneak it in other ways. We've brought this up on the show before and what they were doing in Texas. So, I mean, and I think other states as well have already implemented things. So, you know, and then they talk about the hate speech with Pam Bondi, like all these different things that don't seem like they add up to anything. But if you're looking at a bigger picture, they definitely could. They definitely could be adding up to something much bigger, such as like a digital ID type of scenario.
For sure.
So it would make sense because that's just another way that the CIA or like the government can, you know, keep their eyes on you, watch you, keep track of what you're doing, how much money you have, all this stuff. They have access to everything. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't have enough information to really dive deep into that.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are, you know, I think people need to remember that we don't have a lot of control. And, you know, why would the government or whoever allow billions of dollars, billions of pounds, because Bitcoin's worldwide, of course, why would they allow people to do that and not have any control over it? So to me, I've never trusted Bitcoin. And when Tucker said that today or yesterday, but I saw that quote, I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah. Like that could make sense there. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely look into that more for sure. But anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for joining us again. We'll be back early tomorrow, normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern.
But yeah, just remember, set your alarms for 8:30 every Wednesday, not 8 p.m.
Well, here's something easier. Just press the notification bell, and then you'll always know when we go live.
That's true.
It's on X, it's on YouTube, it's free, and then you can always know when we're live or posting. So yeah, we go live Monday to Thursday. On Wednesdays, we go live at 8:30. Every other day, we go live at 8. And yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. If you liked the show, make sure to like it, share it out. We appreciate it a lot. Subscribe on YouTube or on X. Again, we appreciate it. And yeah, leave your thoughts and comments, because we love to read them. We always reply to them. Even if you don't agree with anything we've said, you know, leave a comment. Like, this is an open discussion. You know, you don't have to agree with everything, but it's nice to be able to share your thoughts and opinions. And we care. So yeah,
for sure.
Basically.
But yeah, thanks so much, guys. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, guys.